U.S. Navy aircraft carrier USS Gerald R. Ford, CVN-78, set to depart on first deployment. The U.S. Navy's newest and most advanced aircraft carrier, USS Gerald R. Ford, CVN-78, will deploy and operate alongside a coalition of allied forces together in the Atlantic Area of Operations, Monday, October 3. Ford is the flagship of the Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group, GRFCSG, and their first operational deployment will include air, maritime, and ground assets from NATO allies and partner nations. The strike group will set sail from Norfolk, Virginia, and will operate in the Atlantic Ocean. Innovation and interoperability are the key focal points of the Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group deployment, allowing allied and partner nations to strengthen the collective defense of the Atlantic, as well as to mature integration for future operations. The Atlantic is an area of strategic interest. Our primary goal is to contribute to a peaceful, stable, and conflict-free Atlantic region through the combined naval power of our allies and partners. The deployment of U.S. Gerald R. Ford's Carrier Strike Group is the natural progression of our renewed commitment to the Atlantic, said Vice Admiral Dan Dwyer, Commander, U.S. Second Fleet. The U.S. Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group will deploy, integrating with allies and partners, to demonstrate its unmatched multi-domain full-spectrum lethality in the Atlantic. This transatlantic deployment will strengthen our relationships, capacity, and trust to forge a more peaceful and prosperous world by leveraging the One Atlantic Command and Control concept, said Admiral Daryl Cottle, Commander, U.S. Fleet Forces Command. USS Gerald R. Ford, CVN-78, is the lead ship of her class of United States Navy aircraft carriers. The ship is named after the 38th President of the United States, Gerald Ford, whose World War II naval service included combat duty aboard the light aircraft carrier Monterey in the Pacific Theater. Construction began on 11 August 2005, when Northrop Grumman held a ceremonial steel cut for a 15-ton plate that forms part of a sideshell unit of the carrier. The keel of Gerald R. Ford was laid down on 13 November 2009. Originally scheduled for delivery in 2015, Gerald R. Ford was delivered to the Navy on 31 May 2017 and formally commissioned by President Donald Trump on 22 July 2017. Along with allies and partners, the Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group will focus training on air defense, anti-subsurface warfare, distributed maritime operations, mine countermeasures, and amphibious operations. The deployment involves approximately 9,000 personnel from 9 nations, 20 ships, and 60 aircraft. The 9 participating nations are U.S., Canada, Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, the Netherlands, Spain, and Sweden. The U.S. commands and units participating in the Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group deployment include Carrier Strike Group, CSG-12, Carrier Air Wing, CVW-8 Destroyer Squadron, DESRLN-2, U.S. Normandy, CG-60, U.S. Ramage, DDG-61, U.S. McFall, DDG-74, U.S. Thomas Hunter, DDG-116, USNS Joshua Humphreys, TAO-188, USNS Robert E. Peary, TAKE-5, and USCGC Hamilton, would ETC 715.